I'm calling this Why I Can't Co-Sign the Journey Black Home, because I saw a video called The Journey Black Home, and I can tell you most of that video is gold, is excellent material, and is worth checking out for a lot of African Americans, because we really have been brainwashed by the American culture. But why I can't co-sign is because once the narrator of the video comes into his full blackness, he ends up breaking up his marriage. And it sounds like he's broke up his marriage to a white lady that actually cared about him, supported his endeavor into his blackness, to the point where it sounded to me, from what he said, not from what I think, but from what he said, she had no problem with him getting in touch with aspects of his culture that he didn't learn in school. She was supporting him. He said she was trying to become the type of woman that she knew I wanted, but she could never be. And he still left her. And if that's not bad enough, they also had children. Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with martial arts? Well, it's easy for martial artists to look at that video and go, well, he's just following some type of supremacist ideology, and that's negative, and that's why he ended up breaking up his marriage. So that's why he did that. But you know what, guys? We may not necessarily follow racial supremacy in martial arts, but we do follow supremacist ideologies in terms of, if nothing else, thinking that our style is supreme and everybody else's style is bad. And there are also destructive martial arts groups out there. Thankfully, I think they are the minority. But there are destructive martial arts groups out there that could break up your marriage. Basically, the guy in the Journey Black Home has joined some type of black cult, even if it's just a cult of one. If he's actually the only member of his cult, he's joined a cultist philosophy, in my opinion. And there are cultist philosophies in martial arts and cultist groups, negative groups. I'm not going to pick out any examples. If you don't know who they are, just go to Google, type in martial arts group, look up destructive groups, start looking at different styles, and type the word cult or bad group or destructive group. If you suspect a martial arts group of being destructive, search for them on Google under news, and their dirt will pop up. So if you want to learn from that lesson, it's that while you may be learning some things that are useful and you feel a positive or improving your life in your martial arts training, or whatever type of hobby or philosophy that you decide to explore, if it is pulling you away from your wife and children, it is destructive, it is not for you, and it is something that you need to abandon. Now, what I was hoping the guy would have found out in his Journey Black Home was to love his wife for the right reasons, not for superficial reasons. But he didn't do that. So he allowed himself to be brainwashed away from his family. Now, I'm sure if the guy who made that video is watching this now, he's probably going to say, well, I'm married now, I have children now, blah, blah. He didn't brainwash me away from my family. You don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I'm going on by what was given in the video. And from what was given in that video, it sounds like it was a destructive group that broke up your family. So feel free to call me brainwash, slave, whatever you want. But this is the truth. Any group that is trying to brainwash you away from your family is possibly destructive. The only way the group may not be destructive is if your family is destructive. But check this out. The group could still be destructive even if it's taking you away from a destructive family, because you've been warped so much that you've just gone from one destructive group, your family, to another. The key is to learn how to identify positive things, positive traits, constructive things, constructive traits, so you will be able to identify and be drawn to positive and constructive groups. And if none exist that you want, you create a positive environment of your own. So that is why I cannot co-sign the journey black hole. And those of us in martial arts, let's not act like we're not capable of doing the equivalent. Because come on, if you're not careful, man, the martial arts can break up your family. If you let it. So don't let it. You let it enhance your life. You don't let it tell you what to do. And by it, I mean your martial arts training. Peace.